o'clock. Good evening, I'm Chris Witter. The former Labour MP, Carmel Cipollone, says her team is celebrating this evening despite losing the Waitakere seat to Nationals Paula Bennett. Ms Bennett's retained the seat by 9 votes, meaning Ms Cipollone is out of Parliament. Ms Bennett was the winner on election night but lost the seat in last Saturday's special vote count to Ms Cipollone. Paula Bennett applied for a judicial recount and her office says she's now taken the seat by 9 votes. Ms Cipollone says the 9-point loss is disappointing. The 9-vote loss is disappointing, but says tonight she's celebrating.
Our team is still very proud of themselves. We went against the tide and we did a really good job, and it has been a roller coaster ride. So all I can say is I'm very proud of my team, and we celebrated on election night when we lost. We celebrated on the night we won by the specials, and we're still celebrating tonight because we did a great job against the odds.
The former Labour MP, Carmel Cipollone. The Electoral Office has yet to declare an official result, but that is expected to come later tonight. The Air Force has admitted it could have prevented the helicopter crash that killed 3 men and seriously injured 1 other last year. The Iroquois helicopter crashed near Pukeroa Bay, north of Wellington, on Anzac Day. The Court of Inquiry's report released today says it could have been avoided if the Air Force trained and supervised flying squadrons properly. The Defence Force is recommending sweeping changes throughout the Air Force as a result. The inquiry head, Wing Commander Logan Cudby, says the helicopter's crew had just 30 seconds from when they flew into low cloud until they crashed into a hillside in the dark.
Actor crashed at the head of the valley at 792 feet above mean sea level. At impact, the aircraft was probably in a controlled climb at between 70 and 90 knots of ground speed. There was no indication that the crew of Blake 2 had any warning of the impact.
Wing Commander Logan Cudby. Building inspectors have put red stickers on a number of homes in Nelson City and Tasman after the worst rainfalls in decades, causing slips that have endangered about 200 homes. Civil Defence's Jim Frater says building inspectors and geotechnical engineers checked homes today after days of heavy rain caused hundreds of landslides. Mr. Frater says the process follows the same process that was used in Christchurch following the earthquakes. He says a number of homes are not habitable, but more accurate data won't be available until tomorrow. Mr. Frater says occupants of homes that have red stickers may be able to move back into their homes in time, but they're not habitable at present. An Antarctic expert who flew over a fishing vessel in distress in the Southern Ocean says the sea there is heavy with ice. The Russian boat Sparta, which has 32 crew on board, issued the distress call about 3 o'clock this morning after taking on water. The chief executive of Antarctica New Zealand, Lou Sanson, says when he flew over the Ross Sea about 8 o'clock this morning, conditions were sunny and calm.
We certainly saw very heavy pack ice through the Ross Sea this morning, and I imagine it could be quite difficult to get to because of navigating through some of the pack ice.
Lou Sanson says the area is full of ice, it's remote and is not in the traditional shipping route, which makes the ship's location and recovery difficult. Provisional results from Ivory Coast's parliamentary election give a clear victory to the party of President Alassane Ouattara. The vote was the first of its kind since a presidential election last year sparked renewed civil war. The Election Commission says Mr. Ouattara's party and its main ally have won more than 80 of the seats in the National Assembly. But the turnout was relatively low at 36%, following a boycott by supporters of the former president, Laurent Gbagbo. The Canterbury University academic who became the voice of science following the region's earthquakes has picked up a Prime Minister's Science Prize. Mark Quigley has won the Science Media Communication Prize and $100,000. Dr. Quigley's explained what was happening beneath the ground in Canterbury in hundreds of interviews with television, radio and print media outlets in the wake of the quakes. He says he knows what he wants to do with half the prize money that's designated for continuing his work.
I want to write a book. I'm really quite keen to write a science book about the Canterbury earthquake sequence, but for the public, talking about what it's like living in the Red Zone, lessons learned, in terms of all aspects of the earthquake science and the buildings and all that sort of stuff.
Quigley was one of 5 winners who shared $1 million in prize money in today's awards. And that's the news.
You're listening to Radio New Zealand International. Time for music from the Pacific.
Hey boys, where are we going? We're going to love.